All of us here at Rotary Club of Wilmington. It's an opportunity for us to celebrate a massive club-wide achievement. If you are a volunteer, a donor, a dinner attendee, made a video, someone who led us to the right person or pitched in any sort of way, please accept my most sincere thanks. This happened not just because you volunteered, but because you were passionate about this project. And I think that is evident throughout. The project leadership from inception through today has been handled flawlessly by Margie. All of you know exactly how I feel about her, and you're going to hear more from her shortly and learn how we've connected with Rotary clubs all over Ukraine. Your money is hard at work right now. Special thanks to our Delaware and Ukrainian community. This project would have not been possible without the cooperation and hard work of Mark Moroni, and I'd like to recognize him once again. He helped us in a major way, did an awful lot of work. And a word of thanks in order for the trustees of the Ellis and Rosa McDonald Foundation and our past president, Murray Sawyer, who I noticed that is celebrating his 42nd anniversary with Rotary Club of Wilmington today. Their generous matching gift kept all of us focused on our goal, and as a result, we prospered. And while this is a happy day for us, I'm sorry to remind you that today is not a joyful day in Ukraine. Their country continues to witness and experience the terror of war, unspeakable atrocities, human suffering, and hideous war crimes against our fellow man. Yet, our gifts to help the Ukrainian people are received as a bright light of hope as we help uplift our friends in need. I was talking yesterday with Margie and Ken Grant and remarked how much we have all learned through this journey. In so many ways we've learned. And selfishly, we've all been enriched in many ways for our participation in this project. When you give of yourself, you receive so much more in return than you can ever imagine. And that's worth remembering, and it's a great lesson for all of us. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the heartbeat of Rotary. Because of the work like this, I'm proud to wear my Rotary pin. I'm proud to be a member of the Rotary Club of Wilmington. And you should be proud too, as this is a major accomplishment and your names are on this accomplishment. Thanks to each and every one of you for your passion. I'd now like to turn over the mic to Margie so we can learn more about how your dollars are in motion and working. Margie?
This presentation will all be told in the stories of the Ukrainians who are doing the projects that we are funding. So I don't have anything else to say until at the end of the presentation. I'll be talking interviewing Nikola Stepanenko and his colleague Boris Bodnar, who are actually listening to this presentation via Zoom and will join us for a conversation. Ken?
I am the president of Rotary Club Ukraine Unity. We appreciate the opportunity to participate in the project which you are preparing, and it's a great possibility for us to continue the support on humanitarian needs for Ukrainian citizens who are suffering in Russian aggression and Russian war. We as a club started to support Ukrainians since the beginning of the war from 24 February of year 2022, and we are constantly doing that every day. So we appreciate all the help and all the support. Thank you.
We are pleased to welcome today our dear Rotary friends, partners from Rotary Club of Wilmington, US. I am Marina Petsova, president of the Rotary Club from Hungary. Unfortunately, our club is located in a territory close to the war zone. At some cities in our region suffer from shelling every day. It is to such territories and such people that our club helps. Because it is at this time that they need help the most. Help to just survive. We are very grateful that together with you, we will be able to support people from these territories in the most difficult time. Nice to meet you. I will be honored to have friendship with your distinguished and respectful club. A pleasant event in our club was the creating of the Interact Club, which now has a project to help children. Best wishes for goodness and happiness to each of you. I hope that in the future I will be able to see you in person.
Hello friends and Rotarians. My name is Sahib Ali. I am the president of the International Rotary Club. I am now in Ukraine in Kharkiv. Daughters and boys arrive here every day. We help people from war zone. Children begin 2,000 laptops for online learning. More than 1,000 schools for heating and cooking you made for families. The children's rooms was opened in Kharkiv. We installed solar panels for hospital and schools. We are planning to open a shelter for people from the war zone. Thank you for your help with this project. Rotary creates hope in the world. Glory to Ukraine.
Good afternoon. Welcome to our center, which was opened from the beginning of the war in Ukraine. The volunteer center, the world through the children's eyes, help to everyone who needs it. The war changed everyone's life. The hardest things happen to special people and families with children with disabilities. We pay a lot of attention to such families and help them with everything they need, because they have the hardest time and can't cope with all the problems encountered.
Hello, our dear Rotarian friends. My name is Pavel Filipenko. I'm a past president of Kharkiv New Level Club, Rotary Club. So we stay in Kharkiv, we work in Kharkiv, we help and support our Kharkiv citizen and Kharkiv region citizen. We start working like volunteer since the time when the war So now, for now, we have made a lot of project, little project, a big project. We have helped more than 600,000 people in Kharkiv region during this time, since the war has started. We help in building sphere, so we help close the broken window, repair the roof, many other works. We help with humanitarian aid, these food packages. We made a lot of the amount of these food packages and deliver for people. And now we continue our support for our region, our help, and we speak with many organizations, not only Rotarian, from all over the world. So for now we have delivered in Kharkiv region the aid, the humanitarian aid for more than $6 million for this moment.
Hello, dear Rotarian. My name is Tamara Nedobor. I'm President Rotary Club Kiev Sofia, greeting from Ukraine. Our club grateful you and all Rotarians who supporting Ukraine in difficult time. We are stronger with you. Thank you. Our club has been helping refugee families and women with children since the beginning of the war. Also, our club organized Rotarian humanitarian hub in Kiev. It's creative hope in the world. Thank you.
Dear friends, my name is Victoria Lutenko. I'm president of Rotary Club Rafik of Europe. We are a small club located in the Carpathian Mountain region of southwest Ukraine, close to the geographical center of Europe. In February last year, we set up a Rotary hub in Rafik to help in refugees. We provide essential supplies each day to 100 and 300 people from the east and south of the country who have suffered terribly and lost everything. We are very grateful for the opportunity you have given us to continue providing help to our people. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Dear members of Rotary Club Wilmington, Delaware, USA, thank you very much for your decision to support the project of our Rotary Club Kyiv City, which is about supply of individual first aid kits to the communities which may suffer any time from shellings or bombings in Ukraine. I represent my club as its chapter member, chapter president, and also I served as a past district governor of District 2232. One of the major projects of our club during this full-scale war initiated by Russia against Ukraine is the supply of temporary modular houses for inhabitants of one of the villages near Kyiv, which lost their homes because of this war. Thank you for your decision. Let's cooperate further together. Yours in Rotary, Rotary Club, Kyiv City.
That you heard a little bit about are actively going on in Ukraine now, and they were decided from a submission of 26 different projects from Rotary clubs in Ukraine, and a small group of our club members reviewed them, evaluated them, and made the decisions about which projects were going to be funded through the $285,000+ that we raised. Now we're about to have a conversation with Mikola. Are we ready, Kim? And then I will come over there.
Yes, they just need to come off mute. Actually, you can stay right there.
Okay. All right. Mikola, can you hear us?
Hello, dear friends.
And Boris, can you hear us? Boris, you may be on mute. Okay, I think Mikola would like to make a few remarks first, and then we have decided on a few things to chat about in our conversation. Mikola, go ahead.
Yes, dear fellow Rotarians, greetings from Odessa, the south city of Ukraine on the Black Sea shore. First of all, I would like to join my fellows that you heard before and thank you for all your efforts to support Ukraine. And I would like to thank you to Margie and her team that accepted our proposal to consider to support not only one Ukrainian club, but the very different projects in Ukraine that we have here from different Ukrainian Rotary clubs. Thank you so much.
With fewer and fewer news stories being shared with the citizens of the United States, what would you like us to know about your lives in Ukraine in the last year?
I just would like to say that the war is ongoing, and with this war is ongoing the humanitarian crisis, with the same level of international displaced people and refugees. Approximately a third party of population of Ukraine left their homes, a part of them inside Ukraine, a part of them left Ukraine to another countries. and we still need to support our people. We still need to respond to this humanitarian crisis. And again, we appreciate for your support, and perhaps this support at this moment much more valuable as a year ago, because a year ago was a very huge support from everywhere. Now it's not so big focus, and the support like yours is very, very important for us.
Well, we're pleased to be able to help. How does the war affect, and I'll ask Boris to answer this too, your day-to-day life? What's different, and what's different in your Rotary clubs?
Actually, I don't know Ukrainians who doesn't affected by this war. I don't know the family, Ukrainian family that doesn't have one soldier forward in this war, unfortunately. And this war inside our life. But we understand that it's impossible to live under the constant pressing, under the constant stress. And we understand if we need to survive, we need to continue our normal life as possible. So we try to go to supermarkets. We try to go walk around. We try to go to restaurants, because we understand we need to maintain our economy, we maintain our local business. But at the same time, we live with the everyday missile attacks, and we live with everyday with the thoughts that perhaps tomorrow we can be alive. We are prepared for any case, because nobody knows what will be the next building, the next target of the Russian missile.
Boris, anything to add?
Sorry?
I said, Boris, anything to add?
Yeah, thank you. Clearly, the situation as Mikola described is part of our everyday life. Ukraine, being the largest country in Europe, is a very large territory. The war actually physically is taking place in the south, mainly in the east, although attacks are being launched on all parts of Ukraine on a regular basis. I'm based in the city of Lviv in western Ukraine, and there we don't have daily rocket attacks. We have occasional air raid warnings, but we also have very many citizens who are fighting in regiments from Lviv and western Ukraine, on the front, in the east and in the south. Our lives have changed as Rotarians, where many of us focus 24 hours a day on providing humanitarian support. And so the whole formula of our lives is different in that respect. So, Ukrainians are very hardy people. Ukraine has suffered heavily in the last centuries, and Ukrainians are attuned to having to struggle to exist. Many of us, I think, most of us, and I'm sure Mikola will agree, believe that victory in this war will be the last victory that we will have to achieve, and it will be the last war that Ukraine will have to face. And so we are fully committed to continuing to support the armed forces and help those people who are suffering as a result.
Thank you to both of you. I'll open it up for one or two questions if anybody from the floor in the room has a question. I'll relay it to them to answer. Yeah. Oh, yes.
I was just wondering if they're following sort of, talked about the reduction in support over time, wondering if they're following the political discussions in different countries and kind of what their feelings are.
I don't know if you could hear that, but the question is, are you following, or I'm sure you are, but what's your take on political discussions throughout the world on further support to Ukraine?
Okay. As I said, maybe I will repeat that we have no choice. With support or without support, we will resist to the end, and that's all.
We, of course, we follow as much as we can the discussions between the major countries around the world who are providing support to Ukraine. But as Mikola says, the support has been amazing since the beginning of the war, both from the states who are providing us with what we need and with humanitarian organisations, particularly in our case, Rotary around the world, to help with the consequences of war. With or without support, Ukraine will win. We believe that very strongly. We haven't, as Nicola says, we have no choice. There's no compromise.
One last question. Mark?
Slava Ukraine.
Hello, Slava.
Thank you. I just hope the Rotary clubs in Ukraine who are being supported by Wilmington Rotary in Delaware greet them with open arms when peace comes. Remember with the sacrifices that are being trying to help Ukraine, or small to what they're dealing with, and that hopefully soon you'll be able to greet them in Ukraine at peace.
I would echo that. Mark indicated that I think many of us would love to come to Ukraine when you are in peace to celebrate with you the victory that is so hard fought for your country. Thank you, Boris and Nicola, not just for today. You've been on with us twice to make sure that our technology was going to work, but both of them are, I think they're on email more often than I am, which is a lot. And they have been ever present in our decision-making process, helping us ensure that the money that we send there is going to the right place and is being spent appropriately. Each of the clubs that we have funded have signed an affidavit stating that they make that commitment to spend the money in the ways that it's intended. And the district is overseeing that, and the Rotary International is overseeing that. So you can count on the fact that these funds are being spent appropriately. And I know that they'd be happy to answer any other questions that we have in the future. We'll get reports from each of these 9 projects and we'll share those with you. But thank you again for your support. And Boris and Nicola, safe day and Slava Ukraine.
Thank you again to Margie and the entire team of about 45 or so people, I think, that were on the committee to help with this endeavor. We are creating hope in the world through Wilmington and having an impact that we will probably never realize. So thank you all so much again for all of your work. Just a reminder, Ken mentioned it, but there is a gala fundraiser Margie and the club will be honored at that event. An email will go out this week with a link and information on purchasing tickets if you'd like to go to support the bequeathing of the award. Words are escaping me right now. At any rate, and also keep an eye on your email for an update from me that we finished our first quarter of the Rotary year, which is hard to believe, and so I'm going to be sending you an update. I endeavored to be brief, but I ask you to please read through the whole email because there are some very important messages in there. A reminder that we welcome Rob Herrera next week, founder of the Mill Space, who's going to share the details of their new venture down in Seaford. If your schedule permits, please stay, enjoy the coffee, the macaroons, and the additional fellowship with one another. We have a lot of guests in the room today, potential future Rotarians, I might add, I hope. And lastly, until we see each other again, how will you create more hope in the world?